So I got there to. Okay, that works. I assume it's on. Yep. All right.
We are not. Any questions on chapter 2?
I have one question.
Yes.
It was on one of the homework problems.
Okay.
Should we go over that now or would
Yeah.
after class do that? Okay.
Is it master set or textbook?
Textbook.
Okay, yeah, no, this would be the time.
Okay. On number 47, I was curious why on part B,
Yes.
why when calculating for the time, why the displacement there is positive, like the 8.26 meters. Like I know that's the height of the cliff, but I thought it was supposed to be the displacement.
There's no reason why you have to keep the same convention for part A as you do for part B.
Okay.
And so for part B, since the object's being thrown straight down, in essence, it's a one direction problem for part B. I guess they decided to make down positive.
Okay.
So acceleration would be 9.8 meters per second squared. Displacement would be whatever that is, and initial velocity would also be positive.
Okay. Because I thought the problem also had acceleration and initial velocity as negative.
Oh. What are the chances I have a copy of the solutions printed out?
I have it.
Oh, here we go. That was 47?
47 part B, yes.
All right, so, oh, no, they kept up positive. All right, so what they did, they're using Y instead of X.
Okay, yeah.
So change in displacement, what I've been using as displacement is change in position. So delta Y would be Y final minus Y initial. And what you decide is going to be zero is basically up to you. They decided to make this zero.
Okay.
Up is positive, and therefore this was 86. I just saw the number.
8, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry.
8.26.
8.26
8.26.
meters.
That's what was calculated.
And so what they did is, well, first off, for the final, they don't bother putting the subscript there.
Right.
And I think they use an O or a zero.
Yeah, use an O.
All right, so they said this was 8.26 and this was 0. So in essence, they are starting a little bit more basic information than what we did. I know that the difference is going to end up being negative. And so negative would be appropriate there. This would be negative 8.26, and they just put it as two separate numbers. So they made this 0 and this positive 8.26, and since you subtract them, you get what we would have done.
So it should be negative? Because the solution had it as positive.
The solution,
And like I thought it should be negative.
they have the initial position to be 8.26 meters.
Right.
The
And so
final
that's like
position is
negative.
0.
Yes.
So the displacement is negative. They agree with that. So is your issue with the fact that they have y sub 0 is 8.26, or the issue is the fact that there should be a negative somewhere else in the problem?
Okay, well, so I guess I thought that they had like 8.26 as positive.
They
Part-
do, and
They
that
do, okay.
it's actually not an issue.
Okay, okay.
Because, all right, so delta x, whatever, we'll just take this one, VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. writing out one step more, instead of writing delta, x final minus x initial is equal to VIT plus 1/2 a t squared. So this right here is my displacement, the whole thing. In the problem, I can make this 0 and make this 8.26. Because if up is positive, whatever I put here, this is gonna be 8.26 more. Because I made this 0 and up is positive, this is a positive height right here.
Yeah,
So it starts out at 8.26 meters. And that's 0. So my position is positive given that convention of where 0 is in the direction that's positive. So this is a positive position given the convention setup. What really is truly important here is the difference between the two. And so 0 and minus 8.26 gets us to negative 8.26.
right, yes,
Okay.
yes, that makes sense.
Anyone else? And by the way, years ago when I was teaching, I would always break it down into the two separate parts, so that instead of having the 5 quantities that were, where we needed to know 3 of them, I would list 6 of them and we needed to know 4 of them. And at some point, it just became more of a nuisance. It's just easier to look at where are you relative to where you started, as opposed to breaking it down into the smaller bits.
Gotcha.
No more questions? Okay. Let's get this thing done.